Hey everyone, welcome today's welcome to today's edition of Let's Talk Networking. I'm Terry Lee Harrison, and I am passionate about helping coaches, consultants, and solopreneurs be able to network in the most dynamic and lucrative way. Today, our topic is how do you choose the right networking group for you? I'd love to start off just by saying, in the last 15 years, I have been a member of many chambers, many organizations, both local organizations and like national and international organizations. And so I come to you having known and experienced much of this myself. I do think that right now, when we're choosing networking groups, that we have more options than ever, and we have that new element that's come into play since COVID, and that has been the option of just not working locally. For many years, we were choosing our local networking options, and we might have had a local chapter that was part of something national, but we didn't have the ability to be popping onto all their meetings on screen all the time, right? So now there are more and more choices to be made for your networking your business. So number one, let's talk about if you have a brick and mortar business and you must network local to you. So let's speak to you for a moment. You have all the choice in the world also regarding just you want to focus on local networking, obviously, but in case there's anything that you can sell where you don't have to see your clients face to face, you can throw in that element of some online networking. Let's talk about some of the local options that are available in networking, and those include great chambers of commerce. They can include groups that meet weekly. There's the weekly referral groups that will meet local. Many different companies offer these local in your area. And there's also going to be the like monthly options or the twice monthly options, right? Then lastly, there are the peripheral networking organizations, if you will. They're not about networking, but you network there. And that can include like Toastmasters, where you're going to work on developing your speaking. But yet, I'm sorry, you will network and meet some great people there. Hello, if you can, thanks for saying hi. If you can tell me who you are in the comments, it's just saying hello, and I'd love to greet you personally. So thanks for being with me. The other one that is not about networking, that you do network and meet some of the most extraordinary people on the planet, I think, are your service clubs, your Kiwanis, your Rotary, your Lions Club, right? Those are not about networking, but I promise you, people build relationships and do business there. So for those who are still needing to network in their home area, I recently saw just this week that a good friend of mine, networking friend of mine from where I lived in California, previous to being in Singapore, that her massage business had just opened up. She was just finally, after post-COVID, able to open her doors. Well, everyone knows her, loves her, and I'm sure wants to support her. But she obviously, if she's bringing people into that spa for treatments, she's got to do local networking, if that makes sense. Now, there are those of us that maybe don't need to network locally. And so our options have greatly expanded, and some more choices need to be made. We still may want to do some networking locally because we've built relationships there. But yet, if you don't have to meet a client face to face, if you can ship a product, provide a service online, the world has opened up to online networking, and there are some similarities in the types of business networking that's offered to face, and that includes. So there won't be necessarily like a chamber that's a region, like a local thing, but instead, though, there will be the referral groups, and there will be groups that meet monthly. There'll be groups that meet twice a month. They have different offerings, right? There might be the group for the ladies. There's lots of ladies networking, guys. Let's just face it. So I want to just invite you. We have to really look at where are you spending your time? How much time do you have to spend on this? Can you afford not to spend time on this? I think that we all need to be building relationships no matter how amazing our business is doing. I was speaking with someone who runs a professional development organization. They're not networking, but she was sharing with me she doesn't network. She just lets whatever people give to her. She builds her network that way. And I agree to a point. If you are in a position where people are giving you introductions and all the time, that can absolutely be a boost to your business. Myself, I think I get between 10, I need to count it to really give you a real average. I get between 10 to 20 introductions a week from my VT members and beyond. For meeting people, to connect with them, to invite them to network, to talk to them. And that's amazing. That's amazing. But do I still feel I need to do my own networking? Absolutely. One way that you may want to distinguish where you want to network before you want to distinguish what types of groups you want to be networking in is I would look at where do you want to grow and expand. Do you want to expand nationally? Or is there a country you're wanting to expand into? And if that's the case, I would seek out organizations where you can meet people where you want to expand. I've been talking on LinkedIn to a referral of mine. Oh, sorry, it was on my phone. We were texting. So I've been talking to someone, and he's from the UK. He does travel, and he wants to meet people in North America. So he sought me out to get some invitations to some meetings so that he can meet some people. So I've invited him to several events. These are the types of things, being intentional with where you're going to network. And perhaps you network with a group for years. Perhaps you network with a group for a season. There's nothing wrong with either of those. There's absolutely nothing wrong. The one thing that I will say when it comes to our networking is popping around and popping in and out won't serve you, because building relationships takes time. And I promise, just by the time you're ready to say, okay, now that's not working, I'm not getting referrals, I'm not getting anything from this, then, by then you've built a relationship and you walk away. And out of sight is out of mind, I do have to say. When it comes to picking groups, you might say, I have time for a once a month group, and that is good. That is good, and it is absolutely better than nothing. If I want to just say, what we focus on expands. And so if you are really looking for referrals, it is important that you be part of an organization that focuses on referrals, right? If you just have an organization and they have speakers to pump you up and get you excited, but yet there's no focus on the relationship and the referrals, you may not get the referrals you're looking for. So it's important to ask what you're looking for, visit organizations a couple times. I don't think anyone expects you to join before you visit. Another way to seek out what it is that you may be looking for is just, how do you feel when you're with the people? Do you feel like they're your people? I hopped on a call. One thing I do is I will ask people that I know, like, and trust. I'll say to them, hey, where else do you network? I like to check out some other places. Where's some cool places to network? And they tell me so I can visit. And I popped on one Zoom and I was like, okay, these are like not my people. They were like a bunch of scientists and tech people. And then when they networked, they didn't really, they didn't talk business at all. And that's fine. But I at least like to, I didn't even know what the people did. When I tell you they were science and tech people, that's based on what they said and how they appeared, right? Well, no, one of them did give some type of presentation on where the moon was right now. But anyway, go where you're going to know if you're comfortable. You're going to know if your people are there. You're going to know if the programs they offer resonate with you, if it's what you're looking for. Very rarely do I think that sometimes when we join an organization, I think we need to look at, I talked about this, our participation. How am I showing up? Because usually organizations are offering a lot of amazing offerings. The question is, are we taking advantage of everything they're offering to its maximum so that we can get the most out of it? So I'd like to invite you, if you have questions and you're watching the replay, please feel free to post and tell me, hey, I have this question about networking, picking a networking group. I would just say the main thing is I want to encourage you, don't overjoin. In the past, I've overjoined, and when you overjoin, you cannot take advantage of anything. When you overjoin, you don't have the opportunity to really maximize your experience and get the most out of it. So it's better to join fewer groups and participate more full out than it is to join 20 things and not be able to participate in any. So I want to wish you all a great rest of your day, great rest of your evening. I'm looking forward to seeing you here at tomorrow's edition of Let's Talk Networking. Our closing quote for our series on Let's Talk Networking is, when you have figured out what you want to ask for, do it with boldness, confidence, and certainty. So make it a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.